Our journey continues and we are now driving up to the hills, reaching the famous Novara Elia, the land of tea. The road is all curves and I must admit that for me and for another girl it is not one of our best journey as we are getting car sick. But let's say that thanks to us we have to stop many times before reaching the Bluefield Tea Gardens and Factory. So all our friends can enjoy the beautiful view while we brave some fresh air trying to make peace with our stomachs. Novara Elia is situated at around 2,000 meters above sea level. It is all surrounded by misty mountains and lush tree plants. It is heart of Sri Lanka's tea production and it produces the best tea in the world. It is called the Little England because of the English-style homes and bungalows. The fragrance of cypress trees and the menthol of wild mint and eucalyptus float through the air, contributing to give the characteristic flavor to the teas. It has been said that the Ceylon tea is what champagne is to French wines. Was first discovered purely by accident. According to a tale, it was discovered in 2737 before Christ, during the reign of the Chinese Emperor Chen Neng. One day, while the emperor was on a journey and stopped to drink some water, when he was boiling it to purify it, a few leaves from a nearby tea tree fell into the imperial pot. The scent and flavor emanating from the leaves made this royal debut. In 1824, a tea plant was brought to Ceylon by the British from China, and it was planted in the Royal Botanical Garden Peradeniya of Kandy. The industry was introduced to the country in 1867 by James Taylor, the British planter who arrived in 1852. In 1873, the first tea got exported from Ceylon to London. The tea sector employs directly or indirectly over 1 million people in Sri Lanka. The central highlands of the country, low temperature climate throughout the year, annual rainfall and the level of humidity are favorable geographical factors for production in high quality tea. Tea is now present almost everywhere, at the sea level and on the mountains. Of course, the best one is the one that can be found at high altitude. We are following a lady who gently introduces us to this enchanting place, showing how they harvest the plants and how they prepare the final product. She also shows us the different types of tea. The Ceylon black tea, my favorite, which has a crisp aroma reminiscent of citrus. The Ceylon green tea, which I don't like, as it is very similar to the Chinese gunpowder, and when I drink it, I always have the feeling to have some grass in my mouth. And the Ceylon white tea, also known as silver tips, as it is highly prized, grown between 2,200 to 2,500 meters near Adams Peak. This particular type of tea is grown, harvested and rolled by hand, with the leaves dried in the sun. It's very delicate, with notes of pine and honey.
E dopo la spiegazione di come viene prodotto il tè, direi che possiamo anche avviarci verso la degustazione.
But after all this theory, it's now the time for some practice. So, we go tasting it and of course buying it. This is, in my opinion, a very nice souvenir.
have the name now of the team.
Yes.
I like so much this place that I'm almost sad we have to leave it. But there's still so much to see. So get ready, because next week I'm going to bring you to Polonnaruwa. If you still didn't do that, subscribe to my channel and hit the bell icon. Doing like that, you will never miss a new travel vlog, and we will continue to discover the world together. See you next Monday. Ciao!